Can you look to your right and look to your left? What do you see? Man, that guy is ready. Ready to go. Say, are you ready? Oh my goodness, I was born ready. And so everybody is at a goal. When everybody is at a goal, you cannot. That's why they say when people come together in one mind, be afraid. Be very afraid what human beings can do with one mind. That's why God stopped them. They were building the Tower of Babel to London. To heaven. When a team of filmmakers come together and everybody's kicking as one, that film will come out better. And that was one of the good things we had in making of Black Book.
You have this thing. A lot of us, you know it very well. It comes from a very spiritual place. We come from Nigerians are just highly spiritual people, from all different aspects, and we say that this thing, this gift, this talent is not for us. It's bigger than us.
Mm.
Do you believe that? How strongly do you believe, and how can you convey that in a way for the next generation to understand that this is not for us? RMD doesn't belong to RMD. RMD is for the people,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely. That has never been in doubt for me.
Yeah, you are a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that? Because I feel you are deemed worthy of really explaining that process, your power as an entity. Just listening to what you just said, that this is not for you. This whole thing is bigger than you, as you can see.
That's right. That's right. When you have a gift, the first thing you realize with your gift is also that there are others that have gifts. And if you look around, you will find that you have been a participant or a beneficiary of other people's gifts. From the clothes you wear to the car you drive, to the things you do, and all of that. So what you do, the burden upon you becomes how many people can you affect with your gift, since you are already benefiting from other people's gifts. It's the simplest way to explain gifts and how it doesn't belong to you, but you are a vessel to gift it to the rest of the world. Because others have been gifting to you and you have been enjoying their gift. It's just that you have not been conscious of it. Bro, sister, be conscious now. So that when you begin to do that hair because you are a hairdresser, do it like your life depends on it. When you begin to act in front of that camera like you are an actor, do it like your life depends on it, because there might be somebody in South Korea that will see what you have done and something will click in his head and he'll say, finally I got it. This is how I'm going to approach that problem. Bro, I'm sitting down here in Nigeria, you are in England, and we are talking as if we are sitting in the same space because somebody gifted us with his vision of how to bridge distance. How dare we, as actors, not gift the world with the best of our talents every time we have a chance to be recorded, either on film or we stand in front of people to speak in real time, or be recorded through our voices or whatever. So it's easy. Anybody watching me, any young person I speak to, I always say, life is about giving of yourself.
Yes.
So that which you have already started enjoying, or that which you have enjoyed, you can keep passing it forward. People call it all kinds of names, passing it forward, doing this, be kind, love your neighbor as yourself, blah, blah, blah. If humanity remembers all these wrong turns that we do and start killing each other, there will be so much love in this world. But we never remember. We never pause to think about it. I'm using glasses today because if I take it off, I can't read. Somebody already gifted me with making glasses. How dare me, who is not making the next thing that will eliminate, something, and all I need to do is connect with people's souls, and I'm not doing it to the best of my ability. Then I have no business being here in this world. Mhm.
This is where I want to ask you this, and you've kind of touched on it. What role does spirituality or mindfulness play in your daily routine?
I mean, it's living for me. It is how I'm able to respond to my family. It is how I'm able to respond to my neighbor. It is how I'm able to respond to the purpose for which I have been placed on this earth. It is living for me. It is being for me. There's no separation for me. That's how I live. That's my being. you know it's me. That's how I conduct myself. That's how I conduct or navigate life, through life. Spirituality is very important for me. Man is not just on a physical plane. No, we are intelligent beings, and we are capable of illuminating and transforming our environment and making it better for ourselves.
So, how do you maintain a positive mindset in an industry known for its ups and downs, and especially during the pandemic? And how are you
But
able to maintain this
I,
spirit?
because I believe ultimately that uh, there is I have ability. So I believe that I have been placed here on earth to dominate. Yeah, to dominate my environment. And if I abide by the principles that have been clearly spelled out on how to dominate and thrive, I will never lack. I will constantly dominate and thrive in my environment because the principles are there, and those principles are as clear as daylight. If you find your gifting, dwell in it, you know, and hone it, be passionate about it, and you will find your thriving ground. That principle, I like to break it down sometimes when I can. Finding the work of your hand is knowing where you are, your area of gifting or your area of gift. So once you know that I'm an actor, you've come to terms with that. God blesses you as an actor. You will thrive. You will constantly thrive as an actor. And He will put food on your table because then He will not throw you challenges that you cannot handle. Your to put it to Even if you eliminate the word God, you will not encounter anything in your environment where you live that you cannot handle, that you cannot dominate, or that you cannot circumvent and live in harmony with. How do the Norwegians, how did they survive in the cold?
Yeah,
Yeah, how did man dominate the cold? How, how,
it's fun.
how did how did
True.
man
Yeah.
how did man dominate the Sahara?
Yes.
How did man dominate the heat? How did man thrive in the ages where dinosaurs lived?
Yes.
So there's no environment
Yeah.
that man cannot thrive in. He will find a way.
Wow. This is you've given us plenty of food for thought, and I dare go for a few more here. You say so. How do you envision the future of entertainment, and what changes would you like to see?
I see a lot more collaborations with existing cinema making cultures around the world, from Bollywood to Hollywood. I see a lot more studios or streamers coming to set up shop here. I see a lot. You see what is happening in tech today. What is happening in tech today with all these young people and all the strides they are making in tech today, owning their space and all that, dominated by Nigerians. I see that happening. I see young filmmakers all over the place. Filmmaking and entertainment and music and comedy and all of that is the next phase of tech in Nigeria. Yeah. Nigeria is peopled by so many young people. And those young people, they are so talented and gifted in different areas. There's going to be entertainment tech or film
Yes,
tech very soon,
yes,
you know,
yes.
and
I
and
agree.
these young people are going to do all of that, and so in no time we will have a Nigerian streamer. We will
Yes.
have streamers that are going to be based here and are going to be streaming from here. You know, it's just a
I,
question of time.
I certainly agree with you.
Yeah,
So just recently, you were in Washington D.C. for the, I believe you were there for something that,
African Global Ship,
uh,
African Global Leadership Conference. Yes,
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 that was amazing from many of our, because you have so many facets to your life. You know,
yes.
we talked about your early days in politics, and you've seen politics in an arena where it's a lot of grafting, a lot of grassroots. Um, and I wanted to know what that felt like. Is that something new? Is that something you've been part of?
Oh, no, no, no. So one of the things that I do now as well, apart from being an actor, is that I am a I'm a I'm a techpreneur, so to speak. It's funny, but I love tech, and I have a daughter in fintech, and so it spiked my interest in tech, and so I'm constantly reading about tech and dropping small monies where I can in tech, you know. So I find so because of that, I have found myself in the tech space, uh, either listening to people or people asking me for my perspective. So I have spoken in a few tech spaces. Uh, for instance, my daughter makes sure that, you know, every time that I can, I think I've spoken twice there now in Flutterwave. They invite me to their office, and Flutterwave is the leading tech company right now in the world, in Nigeria, in Africa, in Africa. And I've spoken twice in their office, you know, just to see these young people, engage them, let them know how the entire world is looking up onto them for leadership. So that's what I do now. Last year, they invited these young people invited me to Nebraska, to the same conference in Nebraska, and I spoke. Adebayo was there, the former Arsenal player was there as well. Uh, and they liked how what I spoke about, and how I inspired the young people. And this year they invited me back to DC, and I think they want me back next year again. You know, so I'm able to engage young people in Africa, and having been in government for some time, I'm able to, you know, make them see the nexus between governance and and youth and technology, and the fact that for me it is technology that will be the leading factor in the liberation of Africa. For you to liberate the politics of Africa, you have to make sure that technology can discourage election maneuvering and rigging and all of that. And the answer lies in technology. When data has become, when if voting can become unified to our biometrics, to our national identification card, to our passports, to our BVN. Follow the money always, like they say. When you make sure that they cannot touch money or digital money without having digital imprints and all and data connected. Once Africa begins to do that, what happens is that data becomes unified. You can spot anybody. You can find anybody. And if it is one man, one vote, when it comes to election, you can reduce his voting to his digital footprint. He's going to have to need an electronic thing to go cast that vote. So maneuvering that will become very, very difficult. We can reduce election rigging to less than 10% in the next 2-3 election cycles if we allow technology to, if we give technology a chance to do that. So leadership has to allow technology to do that, or technology has to force leadership to do it by making sure that leadership can see the money. Once governments across Africa can see the money. So for instance, if technology comes to you today and say, Oga, give me your pots. And they say, no, for political reasons, we cannot give you. Say, look, how much are you making from your pots today? And you say, we are making $10 million from our pots today. And technology people say to you, we will give you 100 million from your pots every year, sir. There's no government that will not say, give me the 100 million. How are you going to do it? And says, don't worry. We'll make sure every ship coming, this, that, customs do not just go there and use biro to write. There will be this, there will be this. This is the system we can put in place between NIMASA and Nigerian Ports Authority, blah, blah, blah. At the end of every month, we will give you $100 million, sir. From, as opposed to your $10 they are giving you. Government will say, take. Give us. They take that. They come back and say, government, give us your GPS or your NRS or your lands, your LIS, your land mapping or your whatever mapping in Lagos State. And he says, why? We won't give you right now. We're making 10 naira from it. And technology say, we'll give you a million naira from your 10 naira. And government says, how? Say, don't worry, by making sure that all the houses in Alimosho, all the houses in Dupeju, we know them, we know how many people are in there, or an average of people that are in there, blah, blah, blah. Through data analytics, we can do this, we can do this, we can do that. And government says, give us the money. You give government the money. And then the election comes, and government wants to do it the old way. I say, no, you can't do it like that again. Leave election to us. The government says, why? Because instead of you to spend 10 billion to print all these nasty papers that you print and voters card, we can vote from our national ID card. Or from that card that you gave us when you did BVN, where you can use your BVN card, your bank card, we have put some chip inside that is your voter's card. Your voter's card is inside that chip. So when you go there and you touch the machine, you are voted. Government will say, okay, well, all right, okay, well, it's we are not too happy, but okay, well, let's just do it. At least we'll not spend 10 billion in running the election again. Instead of spending 10 billion, we can actually give you money from running the election. This company will do this for you. So this company, you can license this company to do this for this election for you. That way you are making money as people are voting. Government will say, oh, really? Say, all right, let's go. Let the best person wins. Oris, that day, election, people will start, politicians, once they know that you can control them by not voting for them in the next election cycle, without them buying votes and all of that, things will begin to change in Africa. So this is what I go to tell these young people, that they should be quick. Yes, that they should be fast in making sure that technology quickly liberates the whole of Africa. Look at what is happening to places like Rwanda, and how, because of how data can be processed, and how there are places you cannot go to. You cannot rent a building, you cannot rent a flat. If Nigeria today, you cannot rent anywhere in this place or own a phone without going through some digital recording. Even crime can be tracked easily. You see the confidence with which the police will say, we will get them. All the countries will say, oh, this has been committed, we will get them. They say that because of the power of data. There's nobody that doesn't have some form of electronic footprint or the other. You cannot stay under the radar forever. At some point, you will come up for air. You will want to buy something that you need, the final thing that you need to perpetrate that evil. You cannot buy it unless you use a card. And that is where they will catch you. Because suddenly it will come out of character that, who is buying this thing in this area? And then they will track. Say, when the person came into the store, where are your cameras? On so and so day, this purchase was made from this till or this checking out place. Say, where is the camera? Say, oh, the camera from that angle was not too good. Say, but the self-checkout that the person used, there is a camera. I say, yes, bring out the data from the self-checkout and they will see your frontal picture. Oris, there is nothing that technology cannot do. So when I tell you that I'm a tech head now, it is how tech can be used to liberate Africa from corruption. All these people that stay in power for 45 years, it's not going to be long again, Oris. Maximum 5 years, 10 years, they will all go. Because these young boys, with technology, what they can see what is happening in India is small. People talk about Yahoo boys and all of that. It's laptop. The things that our boys can do with technology,
It's
well regulated and channeled,
yes.
we have not even begun to touch it. So that's what I
And
go. That's what I go to speak about in these conferences.
I'm so glad you're in tech. That's my wife who you just met. That's her world, fintech. That's
Oh,
what they do. Norway. There are so it's people like her. Thank goodness when my contracts for films before everyone this strike and everybody's going AI this man. She already groomed me on that 8 years ago. So like you, we are part and parcel. And saying this, we're very, yes, you and I are very fortunate. But now I believe from the depth of my heart, listening to you now, AI Gen, I think AI is behind. Now we're going into AI Gen, which is where you were talking about biometrics, all that stuff. The confidence to say, yep, we know who did this. We know where to get them from. Now, where do you see that? Do you think this is also an advantage for us as African filmmakers and storytellers to use it? Because
of
I think
course,
we're getting close.
we're already using it.
Yes.
We're already using it. I mean, AI is already in post production, man.
Yes.
Some of the magic that we're doing is AI, man. The way translations are made now. Can you imagine? Do you know how having to dub voices before, how difficult it was? All of those things are AI aided now. I mean, I'm sure that it's not just translations that they are hearing me do in South Korea. They are hearing me speak the Korean language. All those are AI things. Yeah, you cannot look. You cannot but embrace technology in anything you're doing, because what tech does is to make you faster, is to make your work more efficient. If it doesn't, then nothing has happened. It is just life, living life more efficiently. I mean, you today we are talking about smart houses. You can be talking to your kids on video or on FaceTime is nothing anymore. But you can monitor him when he's sleeping. If anybody crosses your door in England when you are shooting in Rwanda, you will know. You can
Yes.
put on your camera and go
Yeah.
back. Go if you hear a noise in your garden, your phone will beep. If there is a dog in your garden making foraging in the night at 1 a.m. when it's not supposed to be there, your phone in Rwanda will tell you check your cameras, and you see a dog there in your garden, and you call your wife and say, "Is a dog that is in the garden making that terrible noise. Please open the back door and throw something at that dog to run away." So I mean,
Yeah.
technology has gone. to the point where it is making life a lot easier for us.
Yes.
Not look at what it has done to warfare. Look at what it is
Yes.
doing to. So it is to embrace it, use it. Like I said, man was placed on this earth to dominate it. AI and all of these are just latter day manifestations of where man should have been long ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All of this is not the science, the science that built the pyramids, that built the empires the ruins that you are seeing at the Acropolis and all these places. The science of that period, you cannot if you compare it to now, AI is child's play. AI is nothing. Look, I am not a tech person, but I always say to them that you have no idea where tech is going. It is man, it is man that has resisted tech all this while. Because men who were ahead of us have been predicting all of this long ago. When the person who predicted that very soon I will be, as I'm talking on this phone, you will be seeing the person. That was, do you know how long it took for FaceTime to come? But see how long it had been predicted. So AI is nothing. AI is nothing. Man, governments across the world and all those things were the ones who resisted all those things because they were slow in finding ways that they were going to use to try and mitigate it and all that. I'm not saying that the use of AI should not be mitigated and all that. Man must also learn to control certain things, But we have only just started to scratch the surface because these technologies have been available from time. They've been there. It's just they
Wow.
are just manifesting now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another matter. We need to
That's
get off
and
this
you
stuff.
know what?
Otherwise, we will not get off this
Yeah,
stuff.
Richard, I have to say, I am looking for many more conversations. I think because that's what Oris Center is about. It's about these very inner conversations that we don't hear more, and it just so happened to come in time with the success of Black Book, and we thank you for that. I mean, this is an honor, and I'm looking forward to many more. But I can't walk away from this as this for us is just the beginning of many more. And I feel it. I think we're going to be doing a lot of things together. But lastly, what legacy do you hope to leave in the entertainment industry and beyond?
A legacy of dedication to work, a legacy of hard work, or smart work, not just hard work, smart work, smart work ethics and good work ethics, and knowing that you don't have to lose your humanity in trying to be the best in what you do. I'm constantly teaching and holding people and holding people's hands to lift. Like Davido will always say, you lose nothing by lifting others. I like collaborative work, and I like bringing young people into the space. I'm
Yes.
constantly teaching young people and engaging with them. If I can be remembered for lifting one young person, then I've done my work.
Wow. RMD. RMD. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
I
Thank you.
and I'm looking forward to many more. I can't wait. I know you have a new film coming out too, also, and several more. And for those of you watching, he has a catalog of stuff on Netflix and a lot of other streaming platforms. This is African's royalty of TV, film, television, stage. This man is on another level. You guys know now where I get my stuff from. I get it from him. Straight up. You know what I mean? He is royalty.
Thank
I'm
you.
just like,
I
woo!
appreciate it.
When I first saw the film, I couldn't. I must have called you 3 times. I kept texting you.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I went,
Thank you, man.
and I didn't see this. I didn't see all of this. Even I was hoping to see you at AFRIF, and I came in for the premiere of our film, and the day I was leaving was the day you were
Was
coming in.
coming in,
And
yes.
we've been trying to connect for the longest. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
realized, man, this guy, he is a mirror image of me and my generation. He is busy. That's what you are. You are a mirror image of me and my generation, because we are so busy, and we busy beyond. And it's like talking to, our leader of that, moving forward. And, I love what you do with the kids. You are very, you are in with the community. You are in with the generation. You understand us. I mean, please follow him, follow RMD on his social media, and you're gonna see something about his social media. He's always giving support to other actors, actresses, tech people, young kids, people doing like really dance moves, fashion designers. He's constantly supporting them, putting them before him. He could easily post stuff all about him all day, but his social media is actually so, you don't know, looking at his social media, that this guy is 62, that he's been doing this for 4 decades, because he's about the people, for the people, and a big supporter of the people. RMD, Richard Mofe-Damijo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
Thank you,
Horace. Thank
sir.
you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Next,
Thank you.
next combo, we must do it when next I come to London, so that we can have some cigars and some whiskey as we
Oh,
as we
you know what?
combo.
I didn't even get to that. The next conversation we're gonna have is about your trip. It's about your trip to Scotland. Your trip with Johnny Walker. Oh, don't worry, I'm doing this on purpose. Oh no, I want to get it all in, but yes, we're.